Hey there everybody, I am Scott, and today I thought it would be fun to do a little Persimmon 101. This is one of my favorite fruits and it's very seasonal, so I'll tell you a little bit about where it comes from, when you can find it, what time of year you can find it, and what it tastes like. I thought it would be fun to do this video because I see them popping up more and more in mainstream grocery stores, which is very exciting. This one actually came from Trader Joe's. This very delicate one, I'll show you, there you go. This one came from a grocery store here in the DC area called Safeway. So I used to only be able to find them in Asian supermarkets like H Mart and K Market, but they're everywhere now, which is terrific because they are absolutely delicious. And if you've never had a persimmon, you need to track one down. I'm going to be showing you two kinds of persimmons today. Persimmons are kind of like apples. There are different varieties, kind of like apples have cosmic crisps and pink ladies. There are many different varieties of persimmons as well, but these are probably the only two that you're going to find in your grocery stores or at your farmer's market. This one is the Fuyu. It looks kind of like a little yellow tomato or orange tomato. This teardrop shaped one is the Hachiya, and it's very ripe, so it's super soft, and I'm being kind of careful with it. This is how you want to eat it when it's super soft like this. This one I had to put in the fridge yesterday because it is so soft and it is ready to go and ready to eat. Now to eat it, I just scoop out the flesh. It's like ready-made puree almost. The skin on the Hachiya is edible, but I do not usually eat it. The Fuyus are a bit more firm. These ones that I have here are actually pretty firm, so I need them to soften up quite a bit. But I don't let these get so soft that they turn into mush. They'll get softer, but they should hold their shape. When this is ripe, it'll have a slight give when you push in on the skin. The skin on this one is edible too, and I have been known to just slice this one up and eat its skin and all. Both of these persimmons are delicious, and when anybody ever asks me what does a persimmon taste like, I always say honey. Sweet, sweet honey. Just delicious. Now you can turn these into jams. Of course you can eat them raw, but you can also make them into cookies and cakes. If you are from the South, you're probably familiar with persimmon pudding. Now that persimmon pudding recipe is usually not made with these kinds of persimmons. Those are made with the American persimmon. They're much smaller and they've got a bigger seed in there, but you can do that pudding with these kinds of persimmons if you want. With that said, I live here in the DC area, and there are actually a few trees in my adjacent neighborhoods that are persimmon trees. I notice them every year when I walk over a couple of blocks to the neighborhood Halloween parade that happens every year, and I'm always like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe these people have persimmon trees growing in their yard. I've never really paid close attention. I don't want to go into onto their property. They look kind of like Fuyu persimmon trees, but my guess is that they're American persimmon trees. But I promise next time I do a little walk through the neighborhoods, I'll do a much more closer inspection, and who knows, maybe I should make friends with some of my neighbors and get some free persimmons. Persimmons were first cultivated in China, and then they moved on to Japan, and then on to Korea. Those three countries are still the top producers of persimmons today. These persimmons that I have here were likely grown in either California or Florida. I start seeing persimmons pop up in grocery stores in October, and they go really fast. So if I'm lucky enough to catch a couple of them, then I will make them into cookies probably around the Halloween time. In November, I really never see them that much. There seems to be like a lull, but I think that's really because people are more interested in the pumpkins and the squashes and that kind of thing. But then they make a big comeback in late November, early December, which is perfect for me because every year I try to make this upside down persimmon cake that is delicious and one of my favorite holiday things to make. I think I paid about 99 cents for my Fuyu persimmon at Trader Joe's. At Safeway, I think this one was probably like $1.99. This is the Hichaya, $1.99. I have seen them as expensive as $2.99 or $3.99 a piece. These are a little bit bigger than the Fuyus, but they're almost always cheaper if you can catch them at the Asian supermarkets. And I will say, I do live in a kind of expensive area here in the Washington, D.C. area where I think everything is just a little bit overpriced. If you'd like to see a little taste test, let me know in the comments down below. And if you really love learning about weird fruits and vegetables, check out my scuppernong and muscadine grape video. Thanks so much for watching Persimmons 101. Hopefully, I will see you in the next video.